So if you can tear yourself away from our addictive reaction timer for just a few moments, I'd like to show you how we can separate our JavaScript from our HTML in just the same way that we did with styles. So let's first separate our styles to remind ourselves how we did that at the end of the previous section. We're going to create a new file, and I'm going to call this style.css in the same folder as the javascript.html file. And then I'm just going to open up the javascript.html again to get the styles and cut. So Command X or Control X. And then here in brackets, I can actually bring out a menu on the left there so that I can see several different files at once. If you're in a different text editor, then you can just switch back and forth between the different files using window. So once I've taken those styles, I can put them into style.css. Good to get our indenting right. And then back in the HTML file, hopefully you'll remember that we create a link with a rel or relation of style sheet, a type of text/CSS, and an href or the hyperlink reference of style.css. And that's it. So if we just check that and run it, it should look exactly the same. Fantastic. Finally then, we're going to do the same thing with the JavaScript. So ignoring the script tags for the moment, just copy all of the JavaScript out, and I'm going to cut that. So Command X or Control X on Windows, and then I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to paste all of my JavaScript right in there. Okay, and then I'm going to save that as script.js. So the .js is of course the JavaScript extension, just like .css, but for JavaScript. And then it's just a matter of getting rid of those script tags completely and replacing them with our JavaScript. Now in most cases you can put JavaScript at the head or at the end of an HTML document. I generally recommend doing it at the end, partly because all of your HTML elements will be in place by then, but also because it gives the chance for the browser to load the page before the JavaScript kicks in, which usually allows the user to start reading the instructions, or at least looking at something before the JavaScript has to finish. But there are a lot of other considerations as to where you put your JavaScript, which are beyond we need to discuss right now. So I'm just going to pop it at the end, and we do this using script as before. And as before, we give it a type of text/JavaScript. And this time, instead of an href, we give it an src, short for source, just like an image. And then we select our file, so script.js. And for script tags, we need to manually close them like that, unlike link tags. So let's have a look. That should work in exactly the same way as before, and it does indeed. So hopefully you can see that, especially if you're working with a big website, we've now got everything really nice and neat, and I've got all my JavaScript together in one file, I've got my styles together in another file, and I've got my HTML in a third file. So it's nice and neat, efficient for browsers if they're downloading a number of different pages on your site, and pretty straightforward to maintain as well. So once again, congratulations on making it to the end of the JavaScript section of the Complete Web Developer course. Go and grab a cup of tea and a biscuit, but don't take too long because we've got some jQuery to look at, and you'll be amazed at what we can achieve in just a few lines of jQuery. See you in the next section.